Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in to my super chat. Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, I know that these are tough times. If you want to support my voice via super chat or Patreon, your support is greatly appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, do not underestimate the endorsement of Kanye West. Do not underestimate it because it's very important, and I'll tell you why. Hollywood, politics like Hollywood, is all groupthink. Now, President Trump has something unique in that he's reversing U.S. foreign policy. He has reversed U.S. foreign policy, completely reversed U.S. foreign policy to the point of a peace deal that nobody's talking about. So when people say, how could you vote for Trump? How could you vote for Trump? It's immoral to vote for President Trump. Well, is it moral to continue never-ending counterinsurgency conflicts? Because President Trump just ended America's longest-running military conflict. The administration just signed a peace deal that nobody is talking about. I can get into it, but because of YouTube live stream policies, there's only a certain amount I can say. I can't even really say the country. So go look up, type Trump peace deal or President Trump peace deal, and you just see what you find. In February and March, there was a paradigm-changing moment in a region of the world where we've been stuck within for 20 years. He just signed a peace deal through negotiators because the way it worked, the United States through other diplomats in the region signed the deal. Okay, we are now slowly getting out. We are now slowly ending our involvement in that country. Hidden for time! America will have to fight for survival. No more participation trophies. That's true. Hidden for time. Thank you. Happy UFO talk. Happy belated Passover, HA. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's good to see you. I hope these lockdowns will end in 2 weeks. The country needs to get back to work. Hidden for time. UFO talk. We are going to not only persevere, or we're not only going to succeed, but this will be a paradigm-changing moment along with what President Trump is doing. What President Trump is doing, he's reversed U.S. foreign policy. This is the reason everyone should vote for Trump, in my opinion. The emphasis on everything else but U.S. foreign policy. I don't understand it. You would never, ever, ever have had the beginning of peace between North and South Korea, where President Moon Jae-in of South Korea stated that President Trump deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. And these are issues that Kanye West focused. When they asked him, he focused on the economy. He said, okay, Kanye West will cast his first presidential vote ever for Donald Trump. After admitting he's never voted before, musician Kanye West is certain that he'll be casting his first ballot in the 2020 presidential election for none other than 45 himself, President Donald Trump. And he talked about the economy. And he says he buys real estate, and he says things are better now than they were under President Obama. Now, that might be also a general statement just in terms of the economy as a whole. But here, in a new GQ cover story, the Jesus is King artist 42 said that he won't allow his past fear of criticism keep him from casting his vote this time around. I will not be told who I'm going to vote on because of my color. West told the magazine, I'm definitely voting this time, and we know who I'm voting on. He added, both my parents were freedom fighters, and they used to drink from fountains they were told they couldn't drink from. And they used to sit in restaurants where they were told they couldn't eat from. They didn't fight for me to be told by white people which white person I could vote on. So there you go. I was told my career would end if I wasn't with Hillary Clinton. He continued, what kind of campaign is that anyway? That's like if Obama campaigned with, okay, what's the point of being a celebrity if you can't have an opinion? Everybody can make their own opinion, you know? So he's 100% right. He's 100% right. I'm a black guy with a Make America Great Again hat. Can you imagine? West told Wall Street Journal. It reminded me of how I felt as a black guy before I was famous. When I would walk in a restaurant, people would look at you like you were going to steal something. This is your place. Ye don't talk about apparel. This is your place. Okay, so you're a Democrat. And then you don't have to agree with Trump, but the mob can't make me not love him. We both have dragon energy. And so he was talking about that. And so he mentioned something regarding the economy as well. Now, this is huge. And it's very, very important. Not just because Kanye West is famous. You look at the people. Look at the people, ladies and gentlemen, in Hollywood, in the music industry. Okay? Look at the people in Hollywood and the music industry who support President Trump. They're generally people who have revolutionized either music or comedy. Roseanne Barr is one of them. She's a legend. You look at what she's done in comedy, and it's legendary. Okay, people are going to be enjoying Roseanne Barr's work, for centuries. Same with Kanye West. You look at Jim Brown, the great Jim Brown. He's not only the greatest football player of all time, but also he had a big career in the movie industry. You have people who break the mold. People who break the mold are voting for President Trump. The followers and the kind of sheep and followers and people who just, if you think that CNN is full of heroes and wonderful people, and MSNBC and the Washington Post and the New York Times, if you really believe that they care about your welfare, then you're voting against President Trump, because everything is like, everything is twisted and manipulated to make it seem that it's President Trump's fault for everything. They set him up and framed him, said that he worked with Russia. He never worked with Russia, okay? Then they said, well, who cares? It's his personality. We don't like his personality. Anything's possible, so we have to investigate. That's not the way the United States works. That's why John Durham and William Barr are investigating all the corrupt people, the corrupt intelligence chiefs who went after Trump. Then they said, well, he withheld military assistance because of to go after Biden. He would have spent $400 million of his own money to go after Joe Biden. Okay, Joe Biden, like I said, is not going to be the GOP nominee. He's not going to be the GOP nominee. That will not happen. I mean, the Democrat, he won't be a GOP or Democratic nominee. Elizabeth Warren is Joe Biden's running mate. What did I tell you? I said it's going to be Hillary Clinton Warren. Okay. That's funny. Yes. Wow. Look at that. Oh my God. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Elizabeth Warren says she would accept being Joe Biden's running mate. Oh, I'm sorry. Says she. So wait a second. Hold on. Elizabeth Warren said she would be Joe Biden's presidential running mate. Okay, so okay, I'm sorry. Warren dropped out of the race for president and endorsed former vice president earlier Wednesday. Sorry. He hasn't officially picked her yet. Oh my God, that's hilarious. He's not going to be nominee. He's not going to be. So it's probably going to be Elizabeth Warren because she's telegraphing it. And just like when Mayor Pete won in Iowa, the whole thing's rigged and a charade. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That is funny. Loud citizen. Loud citizen. No. An alternative. An alternative. Hello. Wow. Wow. Elizabeth Warren says she would be Joe Biden's running mate. Okay. Well, why? Who asked you? This was Warren during the whole every debate. Did you hear? I heard something. You said this, Bernie. You said a woman. What do you mean? I said what? Are you out of your mind? This is why you have people like Kanye West, people like Roseanne Barr, people like Jim Brown. Very few, like the paradigm changing, just the paradigm changing talents. You have these paradigm changing talents that it's like they're not part of the crowd. They're not part of the crowd. They're not part of the crowd, and it's like it's pretty unbelievable because when you look this charade, people truly believe. People truly believe that people truly believe that that this isn't an absolute charade. What did I tell you? They really did a number. They really did a number on the Democratic Party this year. They really did a number on the Democratic Party this year. And the country. Mainly the Democratic Party. Wow. Wow. So Joe Biden, Elizabeth Warren says she would accept being Joe Biden's running mate. Well, what do you think this is hilarious. So I had a feeling. I said I'm not going to take a victory lap on this, but if Elizabeth Warren becomes, because they're not going with Biden and then the vice president being a woman, the Centennial. Okay, Lord knows, I wouldn't even trust Biden near any female anywhere near him. Could you imagine? Like they're holding hands or they're trying to kind of like it's like the half hug for the Democratic nomination. And Biden's like, And Warren's like, what? Give me would you stop? Come on, Hizma. Sorry about that, huh? But Biden is like, He's in a world of his own. Come on now. You know the deal, Warren. You know the deal. So let's look at this right here. Asked Wednesday night if she would accept a position as Joe Biden's running mate if offered, the Massachusetts senator didn't hesitate. This is hilarious. Why is every single station here saying this, every single publication saying the same thing? Brian Levy! Hey, Fat, come on now. Come on, Fat. Come on now. You know the deal. You know the deal. Brian Levy, thank you. Freedom Autopsy Report. Can you make a top 10 profanity alert video moments? Wow, that's old school. If I knew how to edit, or if I had any skills editing. Freedom Autopsy Report, thank you. Freedom Autopsy Report, old school. Brian Levy, come on now, people now, come on. Joe Biden. Aria Lee! You are awesome, H.A. Thank you, Aria. Thank you so very much for always watching. Thank you, Aria Lee. Thank you. Thank you. Hans, hello. Aria, thank you so very much, as always. Freedom Autopsy Report, Brian, thank you. Freedom Autopsy Report, one of the great names, by the way, in this channel's history. Don't you love how it's really interesting how they like the media is just so conniving. So conniving. It's really, really, really unbelievable. So if you type in Elizabeth Warren. Of course, I'm just going to do it on my phone, as my computer's always. And this is why people like Kanye West, Jim Brown, Roseanne Barr, Elizabeth Warren says she would be Joe Biden's presidential running mate. Elizabeth Warren endorses Joe Biden for president. Elizabeth asked if, yes, I would be his running mate. Warren endorses Biden as Democrats unite for the fall. This is so hilarious. Elizabeth Warren endorses Joe Biden as allies ponder her future role. Elizabeth Warren, who cares? Who cares? She wasn't even anywhere near the top of the Democratic. The whole thing's rigged in a charade anyway. Who cares who Warren endorses? Who do you think she was going to endorse? Jill Stein? Who cares what Warren does? Evan K. H.A. Badman. I'm on Evan K. I'm on subbing. Evan K. Oh my God, I've heard that so often. Which should probably worry me. But it's the best, Evan K. and Freedom Autopsy and Aria and Brian. The best is when, I just want to let you know something right now. You've been nice, AJ. You've been really nice. But you say something about LMNOP. Just calm down. No, it's been a long day for you. Don't say anything about LMNOP. Don't say anything about it, okay? You've been a nice person. Don't make me up. It's like, Eric H526. Luke St. Martin, hello. Eric H526. I want to tell you something. Luke St. Martin and Eric H526, but Eric H526, he has some of the best lines. You have to watch. You have to read. You have to savor the Eric. Great job. You know what it is? It's the timing. Because I watch all the messages go up, and sometimes I don't say anything, but I just laugh. But Eric H526 has great timing. Great timing. Wow. That's what happens. It's like I swear to God, it's like Children of the Corn. Loud citizen, visible from space, Trump ad and loud citizen, Evan K. I'm on subbing. Loud citizen, I'm on subbing. So, there's a reason, ladies and gentlemen, that I guess I'm trying to get to the point is this. Loud citizen, Evan K. Thank you, Evan K. Aria Lee, thank you. you look at the people who support President Trump, and on a microscopic level, ladies and gentlemen, I have nothing compared to any of these people. But you know what? On a very microscopic level, I went from Bernie Sanders to President Trump, and people said, oh my God, how could you? There's a greater overlap between Trump and Sanders than there is between Bernie and Biden. A much greater overlap, both against the Trans-Pacific Partnership, both against NAFTA, prison reform legislation. You think Biden would have presided over prison reform legislation? He helped write the crime bill. Mass incarceration, that was under Democrats, Bill Clinton, Hillary, super predators, that was Clinton. So, it's like unbelievable. Then you get James Woods is great too. James Woods is awesome. He's an actor that doesn't need Hollywood. He doesn't need Hollywood. When you don't need Hollywood, you do whatever you want to do. When you don't need the music industry, you do whatever you want to do. James Woods is a legendary actor. If you don't need Hollywood, and Hollywood is only groupthink. Let's see. You look at the celebrities who Jon Voight. Jon Voight, ladies and gentlemen, is a legendary actor. So he doesn't need Hollywood. If you don't need Hollywood, you're voting Trump. And like I said, on a microscopic level, I went I'm not comparing myself to these people, but when I went from Bernie to Trump, everyone's like, oh my God, he went from Bernie to Trump. Oh my God. And I was like, yeah, so what? So what? President Trump, there's greater overlap between Bernie Sanders and President Trump. A much greater overlap, especially in terms of foreign policy. Especially in terms of foreign policy. And then you get this, very bizarre kind of reaction from people when you say you're voting President Trump. And it's the reaction you would get if you left a cult. They want to drink the punch. Do you understand? They don't care. I tell you also, do not debate. This is very important, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very, very important. This is probably the most important thing I'm going to tell you all election, aside from Hillary Clinton's going to be nominee. And apparently Elizabeth Warren's going to be. Why would I care? Okay, let me get back to this. Do not debate any family members, any friends. It doesn't matter if they're going to try to lure you in. They're going to try to lure you in. Don't debate any family members. Don't debate any friends. Because it will never work. They will never, ever understand. They will never accept that Trump didn't work with Russia, or that he's not a bigot, or that all of these things. They've been told so many times. Who will Loud Citizen? Who will be HSU's running mate? Loud Citizen, thank you. They've been told so many times to believe a certain way of thinking. They cannot listen to any facts. They cannot listen to any facts, to anything. They cannot. And if you kind of explain to them, hey, look, you know what? Trump didn't work with Russia. The dossier was purchased by Clinton. Trump didn't withhold military assistance to go after Biden. Biden actually deserved to be investigated. They short circuits their brain. Yeah, President Trump signed prison reform legislation. How could he be this horrific racist? Well, look at the things he said. Well, look at the things Clinton said. Look at the things that Biden has said. You want to go back in time? Biden is you're talking about the worst candidate for this time period. Far worse. If you want to talk about President Trump with Biden, they don't provoke and kind of poke at Biden all the time. Biden just says what he says. And he has a history. But here, Elizabeth Warren endorses Joe Biden for president. What do I care? Why is that even important? Elizabeth Warren never backed Bernie Sanders in 2016. She was waiting for that vice president job in 2016. The whole thing is a racket. If Elizabeth Warren, looks like Elizabeth Warren. Oh, listen, look at this. A call to Elizabeth Warren to resume her candidacy for the 2020 elections. So the nation needs a woman to lead after this crisis. Okay. Notice how the Gutsy Woman book didn't include Margaret Thatcher. Isn't that interesting? Because Margaret Thatcher is the antithesis of Hillary Clinton. That's why. One of the strongest female leaders in the history of this planet. You can disagree or agree with her politics, fine. You say, oh, she left a positive legacy for the British people, or not a positive legacy, whatever your belief system is. But you can't deny that Margaret Thatcher was one of the great female leaders of at least the 20th century, but also when you look at the history of the world, no doubt she's one of the great female leaders. And that's why she was left out of the Gutsy Woman book written by Hillary. Because she's everything that Madam Secretary isn't. You never heard Margaret Thatcher say, this loss, this political loss was because I was a woman. She never said that. Ever. Never. She never actually, try to find where she's complaining about something. Go watch the old House of Commons debates. Margaret Thatcher absolutely obliterates anyone in her path. And she's a million times better at the debate, at the banter, than most of the than the other prime ministers. Current ones, past ones, she's great. She had this gravitas. You could disagree with the politics, whatever, but she had this gravitas. She had this this wit. This she was eloquent. She was able to articulate anything she wanted to. Never, and in the House of Commons, she didn't have a prepared. Everything was manicured and prepared, and everything is poll tested for Madam Secretary and Bill. Bill is a better speaker generally than Hillary. Bill is a better politician, even though both of them cannot do anything without a controversy or scandal, without breaking numerous legal statutes. But you look now, it's like Elizabeth Warren says she would be Joe Biden's vice president. Elizabeth Warren is one of the most duplicitous. You're talking about one of the most disingenuous and duplicitous. This is a person who perhaps, although the evidence is pretty clear, lied on a Texas bar exam. Okay? I mean, I'm sorry, a bar application. So they have a whole list of winners. It's unbelievable. Okay, so Warren, Texas bar. Elizabeth Warren identified herself as an ethnicity that she is not. I don't want to get into it. Go read Slate or CNN or the Washington Post. Warren's registration card for the State Bar of Texas. So have fun running with Warren. That would be fantastic. Well, see, the way they see it is that they're like, oh, Trump is so horrible that anything could go with anyone. Have fun with that. Yeah, definitely roll with that. Definitely roll with that. So Elizabeth Warren now. Why are they going? I actually think. So the hilarious, number one, the hilarious charade. Of course Warren was going to vote for Biden. Of course she was going to vote for Biden. Why wouldn't she have voted for Biden? Why wouldn't she have voted for Biden? Like she was holding out? She made up first of all, I'm not a fan of Bernie Sanders anymore. I don't know what his problem is, what his deal is. But J-Man, Blexit and walk away as a godsend like you are, H.A. Thank you so very much, J-Man. Thank you. J-Man, thank you. Greatly appreciated for the kind words. Thank you, J-Man. Thank you. You look at Elizabeth Warren, ladies and gentlemen, and you ask yourself, is there a more duplicitous? Warren did not endorse Bernie Sanders when he felt, thanks a lot, Warren. Thanks for, that's what friends are for good times and bad times, stabbing me in the back forevermore. She didn't even endorse Bernie Sanders in 2016 when she wasn't running. And apparently, their platforms were supposed to be the same. She didn't endorse him when she could have been a huge voice because she had one foot in the establishment, one foot in the whatever. There is no word called progressive, but whatever. One foot on the left, one foot in the Democratic Party, whatever. She could have endorsed Bernie Sanders. And she didn't do it. She didn't do it. Why? Can somebody answer why? Why didn't Elizabeth Warren endorse Bernie Sanders in 2016? She was not running. She was not running. She could have endorsed him. Okay? Do you understand? 40 years from now, I will still be in 2016 mode. It'll be like, like the Jetsons will be like flying cars. I'll be like, you know what? Debbie Wasserman Schultz. What? No, she's some person that cheated Bernie. Who's Bernie? Oh, no. I will never leave 2016. The one good thing about this channel and my other channel is H.A. Goodman's other channel is that you can just like a time warp. It's like how people like they go into prison and then they leave like 30 years later and they're still wearing the same things. With me, it's 2016. I will forever live that year. Because I don't see Democrats changing even after Clinton loses. Hillary Clinton's going to be nominee. This is the biggest charade of all time. This is the biggest charade. Just like when NPR quoted me. NPR quoted me. It was like one of my subscribers said on the comments, NPR quoted this man, people. It's kind of funny. But just like when NPR quoted me. And what did they quote me? Where am I? I'm going to Biden mode now. Hey, well, you know the deal, endowed by somebody above. You know the deal. Come on, I'm running for Senate. I got a leg hair. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. In the sun. Where am I? I forgot what I was talking about. This is amazing. Can somebody please tell me exactly what I was just about to say? Oh, yeah. NPR quoted me. And I said Clinton was unelectable in 2015 and that she would lose swing states. And 538 in that same paragraph, said Trump wouldn't be GOP nominee. I think he's nominee now. I think he won that. I think President Trump became GOP nominee. I don't know. President Trump became GOP nominee. Okay. And Clinton is still unelectable today. She will be the Democratic nominee. High five, trucker! Joe, my choice for VP is fat. Hey now, I choose fat. I choose fat in the sun. High five, trucker! Thank you, High Five Trucker, for doing everything that you do to keep business and industry and capitalism and everything going. High Five Trucker, moving freight, moving goods, supplies. Thank you, High Five Trucker. Thank you. Thank you again, High Five Trucker, for always watching. Thank you. Or listening. Evan K. OMG, guys. H.A. Hillary again. She is running. Yes. Yes, Evan K. She's running, Evan. And High Five Trucker. Evan, the only thing is we have to deal with this. Now this whole, like, I would be vice president if you ask. Who asked you? Oh, they asked. Oh, yeah, that wasn't a canned question. Elizabeth Warren endorses Joe Biden for president. President Obama endorses Joe Biden. Unity! Unity! Oh my God, I've been wrong this whole time. Maybe it's going to be Biden. High Five Trucker, Evan K. Maybe I've been wrong. You know, Biden has an actual criminal complaint against him. And allegations. Flying Fox Fruits! So she's a cheating you, man. Flying Fox Fruits, hello. You know, I've been wrong. If Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders endorse Joe Biden, then certainly, this isn't a charade, right? Of course it is. Bernie Sanders is an actor. Pretty much an actor. Loud Citizen. Oh, no, I love HRC. You get a good cuddle versus good... Loud Citizen. Oh, I love... Madam Secretary is going to just the prediction, the prophecy, the H.A. Goodman prophecy is based on. I'm going to tell you when it happens. Hi-Fi Trucker, Evan K., Loud Citizen, Flying Fox Fruits. I will tell you exactly the basis of the prediction of the prophecy, the H.A. Badman prophecy, is you look at the personality traits. Never-ending quest for political influence not seen since Attila the Hun. You can put in a cauldron the drive and ambition and determination and willpower of Bill Gates, of Arnold Schwarzenegger, of Napoleon, of Attila the Hun, of Carrot Top, of every Olympic gold medalist that's ever existed, put it all in a cauldron. And within that cauldron, it would be 1/100th of the drive and determination that Hillary Clinton has. Okay? Karen Hart! Yes. Karen, hello. Karen, hello. Karen, thank you. Thank you very much, Karen. Flying Fox Fruits. The opposite of equal. Karen, Evan, Hi-Fi Trucker, you have to understand something. This is not happening. People endorsing Biden for unity is not happening. That is not happening, people. It is not what you are not seeing. What you think you're seeing. You are not. This is not happening. What you think is happening, or what you're smart enough to know this, but what media is trying to fabricate is the most overt public relations stunt. And I will be the most vindicated voice in all of YouTube, millions and millions of channels. H.A. Goodman and H.A. Goodman's other channel. I'm telling from 2017, I said Clinton 2020 is a reality. Get ready for 8 years of Trump in the Huffington Post. The article's below. NPR quoted me in 2015. I have the, if you want to say the receipts, but I have the articles written. I saw this coming like 3 years away. Elizabeth Warren now is going to be his vice president, almost certainly. Maybe. I don't know. I don't care if she is or she isn't, but I find it very bizarre. I find it very bizarre that Warren says she would accept an offer at Biden's running mate. Can you... It would be... There is no benefit to having Biden and Warren. First of all, Warren is not even admired by the Bernie crowd. Secondly, well, I guess Warren is more to the left of the average Democrat, and so, whatever. The whole thing's a charade anyway. I think that it's going to be two women. Well, obviously, Hillary Clinton. And I think that she would pick a woman. It's the Centennial of the 19th Amendment. They're not going to go with somebody with a criminal allegation for assault. They are going to play up the Centennial of the 19th Amendment like you cannot believe. Okay? They are going to play this up. They're going to play this up like you cannot believe. The 19th Amendment was ratified on August 18th, 1920. When is the Democratic Convention? August 17th. It starts, and then August 18th is the speech. Okay? They are not going 100 years from the 19th Amendment. They are not going to Democratic Convention, August 18th. It's like a 3-day thing. August 17th, Clinton will get the votes needed. And then August 18th, it will be the return of Chucky, the bride of Chucky. Remember the return of Chucky. The Curse of Chucky. Whoa, there's a 2013. Oh my God. Child's Play. Okay. Pride of Chucky. Oh my God. Seed of Chucky? I didn't even know. Oh my God. August 17th. What day is that? Let's see. What day is that? Oh my God. Let's see. Of course, my computer's freezing up, so I'll just go ahead. Okay, so wait. August. Okay, 2020 calendar. The 17th is a Monday. So then you'll get a Tuesday, the 18th. Clinton will be it'll be 100 years. And the best they'll come up with is Madam Secretary, and it'll be 100 years to the day. And she'll start off 100 years to this. Can you imagine if the Biden has Centennial, the 18th Amendment, Michelob, kiss myself, and repeal the 19th. No, Joe, not repeal the 19th. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And I say to you, everybody, come on now, people now, smell on your brother. Repeal the 19th, everybody, come on now. Aria Lee, happy birthday coming up. Okay, so it is going to be 100 years to the day. Everybody, come on, feel on your brother. Feel on it, everybody. Come on now. Feel on your brother. Smell on your brother. Get together, everybody. Love one another. Come on. Lotion. Come on, leg hair. Come on. 100 years. Centennial. 19th Amendment. And you know the deal. And you know the deal. Don't worry about my criminal complaint. You know, for assault, it's the 19th Amendment, people. Come on. Trump never got a criminal complaint against him. Only Biden did. Okay? My neighbor. Hello. I love the icon. Yes. The image. I love it. Yes. My neighbor. Hello, my neighbor. Thank you so very, very, very much. That is awesome. I could stare at that all day. That is so awesome. You know, I guess you could put I love these images on there. They're amazing. My neighbor, thank you again. Thank you very much. Aria Lee! Thank you again. Thank you, Aria. My neighbor, thank you again. Greatly appreciate it. I'm just stuck staring at this amazing image. I love it. Aria Lee, thank you again. My neighbor, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be... I mean, come on. One of the reasons you listen is just to hear me repeat myself. It's part of my annoying charm. They're not going with Elizabeth Warren. They're not going with, they might go with Elizabeth Warren, but they're not going with, okay, so it's a Tuesday. Let's see. So yeah, it is a Tuesday. A Tuesday is the 18th. So Monday would be, they give their delegates to Clinton, because she's the only chance they have. Ladies and gentlemen, here, why don't we just do this? Since you've been so good to me, I am going to repay your kindness right now. If you're good to me, I can only be good to you. Okay? Here. I know that you want to hear the soulful sounds of Madam Secretary. I know you've been longing for her voice, as have I. And I'm going to give it to you. Don't get me started. Oh, I'm going to give it to you. Trust me on that. You won't believe how much. All right, hold on one second. Let me put my $3 speakers in place. The sound quality. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. How many of you were waiting to hear Madam Secretary's lovely voice? People, she's going to be nominee. Like I said, I'm the only person on planet Earth who said this. But check it out. How do I know? This is not the only reason. This is one of the many reasons I know.
An effort to eliminate it altogether. And there goes health care for millions of Americans. And it is striking to me that, we're having a debate on our side of the political ledger, but it's a debate about the right issue. How do we get to health care coverage for everybody that we can afford?
Will you support whoever the candidate is on the Democratic side?
Yeah, sure.
100%.
Yeah, because I think I know who they're likely to be.
Who do you think it's going to be?
I'm not going to go that. I'm not going to go there.
And now we will hear this for the next 30 minutes. Or 10 minutes.
Congress to replace what they were trying to repeal, and has stood behind an effort to eliminate it altogether. And there goes health care for millions of Americans. And it is striking to me that, we're having a debate on our side of the political ledger, but it's a debate about the right issue. How do we get to health care coverage for everybody that we can afford?
Let's break this down. This is one of many examples. Bill Clinton spilled the beans. Every day she's in the news. People urging me. I feel the urge. Okay, I want to be president, she stated. Don't tempt me, she told Trump. But here, she is asked, will you support the nominee? At this point, it was like Biden was ahead, but then Bernie was close. And so there was this was in November of 2019, okay? But check it out. She's not referring to Biden when she says she has a good idea of who the nominee will be. She's referring to herself. That's the qualifying statement. Loud citizen. No, if HOC won, I give her a 20% chance she would then become president. She actually has a chance to become president. People, I'm telling you this. I'm telling you. You cannot take it lightly. You have to vote. The only way Clinton won't become president is if you vote for Trump. And not voting for Clinton is a vote for Trump. I don't want to hear, I played that game too, although, I thought that, whatever. Here is, I was on the left, and I felt that, voting for Trump would be disloyal. I should have voted for President Trump. But here, Jill Stein was, in terms of foreign policy, Jill Stein and President Trump have more in common in terms of foreign policy than Jill Stein and the Democratic Party. But here, and so same with Bernie. But listen, Clinton is referring to herself.
Will you support whoever the candidate is on the Democratic side?
Yeah, sure.
100%.
Yeah, because
you see how uncomfortable. Why the discomfort? But here,
ledger. But it's a debate about the right issue. How do we get to health care coverage for everybody that we can afford?
Will you support whoever the candidate is on the Democratic side?
Yeah, sure.
100%.
Yeah, because I think I know who they're likely to be.
Who are they?
I will only support the nominee because I know who they're likely to be. What does that even mean other than it's going to be me? So when Clinton says I will work to get a Democrat elected, that means she's a Democrat. She's working to elect herself. She's not working to elect anyone else. She got 65 million votes, lost by 70,000 votes. They're not going to go with Biden, who wouldn't even get the popular vote. And the only reason he did well in the primaries is because they despise Bernie Sanders. So, Donald, hello. So I know you wanted to hear the beautiful, soulful sounds. You can play this also before you go to bed. It'll help you sleep. You won't have any nightmares at all. Look, listen to it again.
Congress to replace what they were trying to repeal, and has stood behind an effort to eliminate it altogether. And there goes health care for millions of Americans. And it is striking to me that, yeah, we're having a debate on our side of the political ledger, but it's a debate about the right issue. How do we get to health care coverage for everybody that we can afford?
Will you support whoever the candidate is on the Democratic side?
Yeah, sure.
100%.
Yeah, because I think I know who they're likely to be.
Who are they? Who do you think it's going to be?
I'm not going to go that. I'm not going to go there.
So you have Andrew Ross Sorkin. Who do you think it's going to be? I love the notion that Clinton is just like anyone else. Exactly. Christopher! But he's not listening to his experts. Exactly. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you. Thank you, Christopher. The notion that, well, who do you think it's going to be? Like, the assumption there is that Clinton would never be referring to herself because nobody could be that megalomaniacal. But the truth is, yeah, there are two people that are that egotistical and narcissistic and megalomaniacal. Yeah. Liberals have been voting for them for the past 30 years. It's Bill and Hillary. Yeah, it's true. Just, I know there's a method to the madness here. Okay? I know it's really annoying. What the heck? Oh. It's this big bug. Oh my God. That is a weird bug. Ugh. Keeping my eye on you, buddy. All right. Anyway, listen to this again. Oh my God. Madam Secretary's voice is bringing out all the creepy crawlers. Listen to this again.
That, yeah, we're having a debate on our side of the political ledger, but it's a debate about the right issue. How do we get to health care coverage for everybody that we can afford?
Will you support whoever the candidate is on the Democratic side?
Yeah, sure.
100%.
Yeah, because I think I know who they're likely to be.
Who are they?
She's not talking about Biden. She's not saying, I will support the nominee because I know it's going to be Biden. That's not happening. She is saying, I will support the nominee because she knows it's going to be her. Because the Democratic Party has zero chance with Biden. So they divided and conquered. They made people think they had a primary. Most of the people on this planet don't understand what's going on. They have succeeded beyond their wildest dreams. I am the only person out there since 2017 who's made I'm the only person who stated. And when it happens, people are going to say, oh yeah, I knew all the time. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Let's listen to it again.
Appeal, and has stood behind an effort to eliminate it altogether. And there goes health care for millions of Americans. And it is striking to me.
Grapple, hello. Thank you. Luke St. Martin, thank you. Luke St. Martin. Grapple, hello. Eric H526, hello. Hillary, they mean she's picked. Hillary's means she's picked her running mate. Perhaps.
Me that, yeah, we're having a debate on our side of the political ledger, but it's a debate about the right issue. How do we get to healthcare?
Now, I'm not going to interject. Just listen.
Coverage for everybody that we can afford.
Will you support whoever the candidate is on the Democratic side?
Yeah, sure.
100%.
Yeah, because I think I know who they're likely to be.
Who are they? Who do you think it's going to be?
I'm not going to go that. I'm not going to go there. Now, look, I think that we have to measure the risk to the country, and look, it won't surprise you to hear me say I think that another term of our current administration would be deeply damaging to our economy, to our society, to our standing in the world, whatever metric you want to choose, and therefore we have to retire the incumbent.
Well, let me ask you a question though about. I just want to understand, especially given your own experience, this idea of firing up the base versus electability in a broader.
Look,
at a broader election.
That's what happens in elections. Let's go back to 2008. So when I started running,
this is why Margaret Thatcher is not in Gutsy Women, because you can't find the antithesis of Margaret Thatcher is Hillary Clinton. So I mean, look, it's just the whole thing is a complete and utter charade. Tuan win! Can you imagine Hillary doing a press conference? I think she has numerous ones, I think. Tuan win! Thank you! I think so. I think she actually has numerous times. I don't know. Has she? I don't know. Tuan win! Thank you! Thank you, Tuan! Thank you! Tuan win! Thank you again! Thank you again! Okay, one last time, and then we're going to call it an evening. But I will do a segment on this channel right after, so be here on this channel. Then I'll do a segment on H.A. Goodman's other channel later on tonight. But be here on this channel. I think that Elizabeth Warren is going to be Biden's nominee before Biden passes the baton to Hillary. The whole thing is the biggest charade you've ever seen in your life. I am the only person on planet Earth that has called this, ladies and gentlemen. I am the only person on planet Earth that's called this. So listen to Madam Secretary again, okay?
And it is striking to me that, yeah, we're having a debate on our side of the political...
Now, listen to what she says. Listen to what she says.
Ledger. But it's a debate about the right issue. How do we get to health care coverage for everybody that we can afford?
Will you support whoever the candidate is on the Democratic side?
Yeah, sure.
100%.
Yeah, because I think I know who they're likely to be.
Who are they? Who do you think it's going to be?
I'm not going to go that. I'm not going to go there. Now, look, I think...
She's talking about herself, people. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Wayne Jones, thank you. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Wayne Jones. Thank you. Tuan Nguyen, thank you again. Wayne, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless America. God bless you. What can I tell you other than this is the biggest charade of all time? Does it make sense? Ask yourself if it makes sense. Ask yourself if it doesn't make sense, that's because the whole thing is a theatrical performance. Clinton is going to be nominee. Biden, I have no clue how he's going to pass the baton. I have no clue, but he's going to pass the baton. And August 18th will be the centennial of the 19th Amendment. They're not going to go with somebody who literally has a criminal complaint filed. And then the New York Times is like, if you file a criminal complaint, you could go to jail. Yeah, we know, New York Times. That's why there's evidence. And that's why, Biden's the only politician I agree on Biden, Warren. Good call, Prophet AJ. Thank you. Loud Citizen, thank you. Warren has been working for that VP position for a long time. Give me your thoughts below, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Hillary Clinton's going to be nominee, and it's going to be, it's going to be amazing. Wayne Jones, thank you. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Wayne Jones. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless. Have a great, great evening. Wayne, thank you. Loud Citizen, thank you. And Tuan, thank you. Check out this channel in about a half hour. I'll have something on Elizabeth Warren. Oh, thanks a lot, Warren. Thanks for stabbing me in the back. Thanks so much. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless. I'll see you very soon. Check out this channel in literally less than 30 minutes, about 25 minutes. Thank you, everybody.